So as we talk about IPTV, and you're right, I mean, what we're doing today, 3 years ago, was almost impossible, and yet now it's almost expected. And this evolution, and you sort of think of it as the speed of delivery, but the momentum of it just is happening has just been so great. But as you look at IPTV, I mean, it's almost become expected by the consumer in a way that it wasn't before. And we talk a lot about content velocity. I'd be curious as to, as you see this picking up and the volumes of this just start to get greater and greater and greater and more and more and more, how does that impact a company like yours and the relationships that you have with your customers?
Well, let's look at it from the inside out. How does it impact us? We have to stay on top of the technology, but also stay in front of it. We have analysts that forward look at what's going to happen. Are we right? Pretty much not all the time, but there's some hit and misses, just like with any company. And then how does that technology impact our infrastructure, which then we need to buy a box or some server technologies for that delivery system, and also that end customer. How will that impact the end customer? Is it a package solution? Is it a one-off solution? So we have to look at this from the inside outward in that broadcast structure. Just like with any file-based workflow, how is that specific segment going to affect the customer as the end result?
And as you think about that and affecting the customer, one of the things you're talking about is sort of staying ahead but not too far ahead and knowing where the next step's going to be. We talk a lot about shifting expectations. The customer is changing and the expectation of the customer is changing. What do you see as you look forward and as you see sort of where Globecomm, as your position today and as your position going forward, how do you manage that and how do you express that to your customer in a way to say, as your expectations are changing, as the content consumption methodology is changing, the demands are getting greater, we are the partner that's going to be with you. We're the partner that knows where the future is headed, and we're planning, and we're there with you as we do that.
Well, that's the $64 million question.
I want to ask you the easy ones, right?
Exactly. And that wasn't rehearsed. So, put me on the spot here. No, I'm kidding. Well, to answer that, we typically use three words: fast, focused, and flexible. And we have to be. We have to do this in order to stay ahead of our competition, to make it efficient and reliable for that customer. So we are growing with their needs, and we're staying ahead of their needs with our technology and infrastructure. So not only can we take care of that first customer, we can also take care of the second and third customer that comes to us for either a hosted managed solution or a complete system integration, design, development, and deployment. So it's forward-looking, but not too much into the future, because remember, we have all of this asset and product behind us, i.e. legacy product that we have to be able to take care of as well. And that's a driving factor for a lot of companies. How can we incorporate our commercial off-the-shelf legacy technology into a new design component? And that's as much an equal player in the game, if you will, as forward-looking.